Hi, folks. Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem that gives us a situation with having to deal with some clues that gives us some relationships between the clues and using those relationships then to deduce what the final answer is. So there's a few ways to look at this, but I'm going to go through kind of a process that I would use in taking notes when you're given such a large word problem that has all these clues, and you've got to use those clues to come up with the final answer. So we'll read it together first, and then I'll go through the process. Mr. Schuster's students got their exams back. Use the clues below to determine how many students received A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's, where A, B, C, and D are passing grades and F is failing. So that's a little information there. So there are 32 students in Mr. Schuster's class, and every one of them took the exam. So I'm going to actually first write out what I want to start with, and then I'm going to use these clues to take notes. So I know what my goal is to figure out how many A's, how many B's, how many C's, and how many D's are. So I'm going to just write, I know there's a certain amount of A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's, right? And it says that 32 students took the exam. So that's a start. So what do I know? I know that all of this, so my notes here, all of this adds to be 32, right? So whatever I get from my numbers, it's going to be 32. However many A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's there are, okay? Then I got another clue. 4 times as many students received B's than C's. So 4 times as many students received B's than C's. So whatever C is, I know that B, here's the little note, B is definitely going to be 4 times C, because there's 4 times as many students receive B's than C's. So if C was 2, then there's going to be 8 B's. If C was 10, then there's 40 B's, which can't be the case because we can only go to 32, but that's that relationship between B's and C's. So then the next says 1/4 of the students failed the exam. Ooh, that's nice. So I know that 1/4, 1/4 of the students failed. And we already know how many students took the test, right? So what's 1/4? I'm going to get an answer right here. 1/4 of 32. What is 1/4 of 32? How to do that? Put the 32 over 1, multiply straight across. You get 32 over 4, which is equal to 8. So I have one of my answers. One of my answers is there's 8 F's. Okay. So far, so good. I got one of them. Then let's see another clue. The fraction of students who earned A's is equivalent to the fraction of students who earned C's. So the fraction of students who earned A's is equivalent to the fraction of students who earned C's. So that means if that's the case, then A has to equal C, because the fraction of students would be this. If this is a half of the students receive C's, then half the students received A's, right? The fraction of students who earn A's is equivalent to the fraction of students who earn C's. So that tells me that A is equal to C. So I can make a little note here. A is equal to C. Okay. And then the last one, 3/4 of the students received either an A, B, or C. Wait, so that means that this between the A, B, and the C would be 3/4. 3/4 of 32, right? And 3/4 of 32, again, put the 32 over 1. You can also, because you're multiplying fractions, you can actually cross simplify. So let's do that. That becomes a 1, and that becomes an 8. You actually divide 4 and add a top and bottom, and then we multiply, you get 24. So A plus B plus C has to be 24. Now, here's something interesting. What does that tell me about D? If there's a total of 32 students, 8 of them received Fs, 24 of them received A, Bs, or Cs. If you add those up, there's nothing left, right? That's 32. So right away, I have an answer for D. There's 0 Ds. Nobody got a D. All right, so now I got to just concentrate on A's, B's, and C's. So I have some relationship, though. I know that they have to add up to do 24, A's, B's, and C's. I know that A equals C, and I know that whatever C is, multiply times 4, and I get B. Okay? So at this point, I can kind of do a little guess and check to get that to where I need to be. So, for example, if I said, I'm going to guess, let's say I'm going to guess 2 C's. If there was 2 C's, that would make 8 B's, and that also means 2 A's, right? Because A equals C. And if I add those up, 2 plus 8 plus 2, it doesn't equal 24, does it? It equals only 12. So it can't be those. So then let's guess 4. 4 C's would give me 16 B's, right? 4 C's would give me 16 B's because there's 4 times as many. And if that's the case, then there's going to also be 4 A's because A and C have to be equal, the same fractional amount. Now, if I add those up, 4 plus 16 plus 4, that equals 24. So I think I got my answer. All right. So there's 4 A's, 16 B's, 4 C's, 0 D's, and 8 F's. All right. There you go.